just do my best Richard Horvitz impression of Zim screaming.
You don't need to do that, but you don't need to...
Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? That's how we're starting this review. Hello, everyone, amazing. Hello, everyone, amazing.
Recording now.
Hello, everyone, amazing gamer 111 here, back again with Pick. I got it right this time. Hell yeah!
You did good.
And today, folks, today we are reviewing finally, and we're recording this on the 1st of August, by the way. So I've got 2 weeks to edit this before it gets out. Invader Zim into the Florpus. Dude, finally!
That probably doesn't.
Yeah, like, this is the final movie review. We're going out with a bang, because, like, 6 years. This movie is 6 years old now. That's insane.
Will be 15 days.
Literally. And I don't even know how. Do we just want to jump straight into our general response? Because we remember this like a core memory when we saw this movie for the first time.
I don't think we can say any like very vague beginning thoughts without starting to get into general responses. So I think we just jump in.
Yeah, I think we just jump in. Do you want to tell? I'll let you go first because you grew up with Invader Zim more than I did. So
I don't remember how old I was specifically when I found Invader Zim, but I think I was maybe 7, and I was big into horror stuff at that time, but the most I watched was Pumpkinhead because my parents wouldn't let me watch anything else. So Invader Zim being a Nickelodeon cartoon that was also this crude, like, rugged, there's no words to describe it other than it's dirty, it's gross, but it's a fun kind of gross and dirty. And chaotic. I did like a bit of chaos when it came to my shows, so I kind of like really resonated with Invader Zim a lot, and I've been hooked ever since.
When the frickin' movie came out, like, I think when the trailer came out, like, I think it was a San Diego, too excited here, San Diego Comic-Con, with like that 2-minute trailer of ultimately what were just filler shots from the movie. Looking back, they meant nothing. It was half of it was a Zim workout, and we thought like, wow, this is some grand montage. Well, I mean, it was in a montage, but it was in the intro.
I'm zimming. I didn't know a movie was coming out until sometime after that San Diego teaser came out. Like, literally had no clue. I wasn't big on internet news or anything like that, so I didn't know Zim was getting a movie.
And I think when I told you about it just at some point, because I was like, dude, have you seen this trailer? And you're like, dude, I watched Invader Zim when I was a kid. What? And then I just thought, like, I want to watch the series this is being made for before I watch the movie. And I'm glad I did. I mean, even if I didn't, the movie itself does a fantastic job of, you know, filling you in and getting you up to speed in like the first 10 15 minutes. It's actually pretty clever.
I remember the day we watched it. I remember that day to a T. I woke up at like 6:30 in the morning because my body was just too excited.
It's like Christmas.
And it was Christmas, but instead it was August 16th. I woke up, I didn't eat breakfast. I just got myself ready. I made sure I was actually in the house alone because I told my parents, like, I really just want to be as loud as I can. I didn't tell them to go anywhere, but they were both at work that day, so shout out my parents for that.
Oh, hell yeah.
And, yeah, I think the best memory of watching the movie was seeing the intro.
Dude, the intro
I'm sure you remember me actually, like, screaming when they did the rendition of the song. Yeah, like, when the like, mechanical, like, bits and pieces formed Invader Zim, and you got the theme in the background, there's all the, like, whirring and clanking of all the words shuffling together. Oh, it's freaking awesome, man. That's I think more movies based off rebooted cartoons should do that. I don't know why they don't do that.
Yeah, honestly, like, from the poster alone, and you guys can see it on screen, they had some aura nailed with this movie already. Like, that poster goes hard, man.
I love that poster.
It's so good, because it's like Zim's back and he's ready to rule this time. He's ready to win. And dude, he gets so close this time to winning. I was on team. There's usually two audiences for Invader Zim, especially for this movie. And there's Team Dib, who wants Dib to win and save the world. I was on Team Zim, ready to watch Earth get ripped in half. Man, I was ready for some destruction. And then there's the middle ground
that we don't talk about, who want them to kiss.
Yeah, and then there's them. Zadar, them. Folks, yeah.
There's them.
There's them. I'll not forget that day. It was...
No.
It was something else. It's just a million, like, it's a blur right now. It's a brush of amazing, just like, oh my gods, and points, and screams, and Just through the whole movie.
It was. I remember being lightheaded by the end of that. There was just so much.
Well,
there was a lot.
I was
a
sweating by the time the climax happened, which is...
Oh my god.
Oh my god, the climax of this movie. If you guys have seen my 9-year anniversary, you know what my favourite scene in this movie is. But gee...
I'm a fake fan, I didn't watch that.
Oh, you're a fake fan? Oh, I can't believe it.
I'm a fake friend.
I can't believe you, fake friend. But,
Sorry, hold on, I'll watch it right now.
No. We'll watch it after. We'll watch it after the review. This is about Zim, not fan animations.
Yes, this
Zim.
this is about you. Shut the fuck up.
This is about me. Oh, we're talking about the alien. Okay, so yeah, I was blown away by this movie, and this was coming from a new Zim fan who I didn't get to grow up with Invader Zim because, at least for me, it wasn't airing in the UK. I was stuck with SpongeBob and Loud House and the 3D Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I only ever cared about SpongeBob. That was it, because I would
give some credit to the Turtles.
I mean, the Turtles.
I grew up with the Turtles more than Zim.
I mean,
when
the
that
intro
show came out, I was on that.
The intro for Turtles did have aura, though. It did have aura.
It did.
Really
it did. Thank
aura.
you.
But
thank you.
And yeah, the animation looks good as well, which is somehow better than some of the animated kid stuff coming out today. Like what? How?
For
How's
a
that
TV
possible?
budget, yeah.
Yeah, literally. So. Yeah. I guess we could just jump into the story because everything else in general response is holy shit, this movie's fucking peak. Oh my god.
It was. I think this movie was a perfect return to form for Invader Zim, and I want more of it.
Yeah.
I want more. I'll be satisfied if this is it, but I want more.
I want to talk about the animation style as well, but we'll get into that when we actually get into the story. The movie opens up with Dib immediately explaining his background with Zim in anime form. Immediately, I'm just thrown off guard. I think we were both like, what? When we saw that for the first time?
Yeah, the anime.
And literally saying, like, my name is
just
Dib.
Recoiled in my seat, like, whoa.
My name is Dib. I'm 12 years old. You are not.
Years old.
No, you're not. What? And he goes into the background.
You look like a yandere.
Literally yandere. So he catches people. This is all they're catching people up to speed with everything Invader Zim has got going on in the show. So there's a human called Dib. No one believes that Zim is an alien through some elaborate disguise. Which it's not. It's literally just a pair of eyeballs and a wig. His skin is still green and everything, and he still has a horrible, looking mouth that extends beyond that of a human jaw and all that, and has talks of taking over the world, but no one pays attention. He has normal eyes and hair, so he's human, right? It's a skin condition, they say in the show. So
that's a very valid point. They're right.
So yeah.
That's another thing I love about the humans are idiots.
Yeah, the humans are idiots, yeah. And all of them make a return in this movie. I think all of the human cast, minus Miss Bitters, obviously, though, because her VA has unfortunately passed away.
I forget her name, but yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah. Although we do see the school in the background in the climax, which is cool.
We do. We see her. We see the students.
It's pretty awesome.
In glorious anime form.
In glorious anime form, yeah. We see Miss Bitters anime real. So yeah, after Div gives us that sort of catch up, ending with this incredible looking final shot, which remember this shot for later when the Urkin Armada's coming to Earth in front of like anime Dib, and he looks all confident, ready to take it on. Remember this scene for later, because it comes back. It's a good setup. So then we cut to the present, and Dib's father, Professor Membrane, and his sister Gaz are just making dinner with their robot Fudio, voiced by Morty's old voice actor. We'll brush past Fudio and their VA for now. So they're just making dinner, and it's established to us that Zim, or not Zim, well, yeah, technically Zim, but Dib has not left his room in years, kind of playing up this, because obviously the show was cancelled decades prior to this movie, so they're really playing up the meta aspect of he's been up there for years, he's not come down, he's been sitting in a chair watching Zim's house through like 15 different cameras to see if he'll come out, because Zim's not left his home. And Membrane sends up Gaz to call him down for dinner, and she wears a hazmat suit called the Gazmat suit. I thought that was very funny. So she goes up to get Dib, and instantly boy smell blasts out of the room, just BO everywhere as soon as the door opens. And Dib's hair is usually like quite well cut in the show, but because he's been watching the screens for so long, it's just like all the way around the floor in his room, and there's like bits of food, and there's literal, like, particles just floating about the room of stench. Dibs let himself go. He's attached to the chair because of how fat he is now, just not moving. He's basically become a Discord mod. That's pretty much what Dib has become.
He's Zim's Discord mod.
He's Zim's Discord mod, yeah. Just, Zim's DNI, and he has been for a couple years, so Discord mod's got to keep an eye on the server. So yeah, Gaz goes in and tells him, dude, you've been watching those screens forever, man. Zim's not coming back. Despite Dibs... There's a police car going past my house.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. They're going
You cannot make this review. Stop.
No, yeah, you cannot make this review. No, we gotta put it off for another 2 weeks. Sorry, guys, review's gonna be delayed.
You have 1 day to edit it.
Yep, that's all I get. So yeah, it's until Gaz actually says, I swear Zim's not gonna come back. Oh, wait, no, he's on the screen right now. The moment Dib looks away, Zim comes back. It's like a freaking Minecraft cow just spawns in. It's daytime now. And the mob starts spawning back in. It's like, oh, it's Zim, he's back and he's doing stretches. And the music in the background actually says, Zim, stretches. Which the soundtrack of this movie...
That when we get into, I guess, production of favorite things about the
we'll get into that with...
I want to get into all that.
Yeah, we'll get into the music with production. So, Div starts clawing his way out of the bedroom, much to Gaz's horror as her hazmat suit reacts negatively to the stench energy. And then we get that massive... just incredible aura intro of Zim working out with Gur and Mini Moose in the backyard as the credits start showing. We're all culminating in this incredible Dib Membrane versus Invader Zim. And oh my god, this title sequence is absolute cinema. I would have gone to see this in the theater. Jesus Christ.
I haven't seen a title sequence best Invader Zim, honestly.
Dude, literally. Like, how do we feel
close. They get close.
They do. So how do we feel just from that intro alone? Just finally seeing these guys again after so long and seeing what's become of Dib? Because what was our first reaction to that? Because we were used to him being so well composed, and now he's just completely driven into... It's like Eggman in Sonic 2, kind of.
Yeah. I think our initial reaction was like, oh my god, a boy really let himself... Oh,
yeah.
We were disgusted with him, and then we kind of lost all track of him being this horrible-looking thing when the title sequence started playing.
Yeah, because we were just so blown away.
And I think we were just kind of sitting there, like, shuffling in our seat because of it was the music, it was just kind of the music.
Yeah, we were just locked in.
The visuals were just cameras, yeah.
Honestly, yeah. Pretty much the entirety of that San Diego trailer was just the intro sequence, which is pretty funny. I feel like they did that on purpose. So Dib
Well, they also said they didn't have much of the film to show about.
Yeah, that's true. There were a few unfinished shots that we see in the final version of the movie which were finished, like that scene of the Armada blasting a bunch of planets as we see later on. But there were no planets, and there was no center of the laser either. So, but yeah, Dib wheels himself over to Zim's house, to which Zim... because of course he is in a dramatic pose, leaning on Gur with one foot, just waiting for Dib to show up. And he says, yes, I've been expecting... Oh, who the hell are you? I'm sorry, who are you? I'm waiting for Dib. Go away, you filthy monster. I am Dib. And he sounds genuinely hurt. Dib sounds so hurt that Zim didn't recognize him. And Zim is like, wait a minute.
But I am Dib.
It's like, oh my god. Ugh, what happened to you?
And he was... the Dib look of defeat actually kind of sent me on a rewatch.
Yeah, Dib
I didn't notice it the first time. Just kind of
Zim regains his composure and it's like, yes, alright, yes, it is you. I've been expecting you. So I can tell you set up sprinklers and a radio with thunder in the background. Because for like 30 seconds as we see Dib wheeling towards Zim's house, there is like thunder and intense lightning going on, and none of it was real. It was all just... in Zim and Dib's head to be more intense than it actually was.
Zim has some Urkin sprinklers if they can get that range on him.
Yeah, in fact, Go actually gets the radio shoved down his throat and is like, yeah, that's fine, I'll just swallow that up, it's cool.
He does. He can swallow anything.
It's like, great. Oh, pause. He can swallow anything.
Hey. Hey, let's keep this PG.
We finally learn at this point where Zim has been all this time, if he's not been outside of his house, or possibly even inside. Where has he been? Buried in his lair, sitting on a toilet with Minnie Moose and Gur just laughing at himself for God knows how many years. and that's it. He's just been in his house, in the toilet, laughing. Because he's got this incredible Phase 2 plan that he's ready to initiate the moment he leaves. And he thinks now is the best time because his plan was to watch Dib get fatter and dumber and just watch, have his eyes strain from staring at screens for so long, and now he's completely powerless to do anything. So Zim shuffles the mail around and kicks over a garbage can because he's so evil. And Dib just can't do anything. And he's like, well, no one really reads newspapers anymore, but stop it. It's like, Zim is just like, this obviously isn't his Grandmaster plan, he's just pissing about with Dib, and I love it. It's just like, hey, you can't do anything, you fucking loser. As soon as Gur steps in, he's like, he eats a dog and just shoots it up to space, like a pug, and he just shoots a pug up to space, and Minimus steals like a pizza sticker, and yet Dib is still like horrified, like, oh my god, you're a monster. I think at this point Dib asks if that whole thing was Phase 2. And it's here where Zim starts to doubt himself a little bit, like, I don't know, actually. But that doesn't matter, because you can't stop me. So, I'll see you later. And I remember our reaction as well when the doors opened, and I said, please have the robot parents show up at the door to bring Zim inside. And they did, and they said, welcome home, son. And I was like, yes! Yes! Yes!
That, for some reason, that was the most hyped you were.
That was the most hyped I was.
Seeing the robot parents.
Because it was just, it's so nice that after decades they still remember these little details they didn't need to add.
That is fair. That is fair. I am kind of glad the robot parents had a line.
And also as well, I think one of the gnomes is still missing. Like one of the evil gnomes from the front garden from the original series that I think got destroyed is still missing. So I think that's a good bit of consistency.
I'd have to look back on that again.
Yeah, because there was only 3 that attacked Dib. So while Dib's getting lasered outside by evil garden gnomes, Zim decides to call on the tallest, the Urkin Armada, who are his grand leaders, and they've not heard anything from Zim either and been led to assume he's dead, which is great news for them. And when we cut to them, they actually get this massive amount of like OP aura intro of just their massive like armada ship with their little like gunship surrounding them, and blowing planets up in the span of, like, 10 seconds. Like, 5 planets get eviscerated, one of which the massive, which is the huge mothership, plows through, and it's like, dude, this intro for these characters is amazing for first-timers that watch this show. Like, oh my god, this armada's a legitimate threat. Oh my god, are they coming to Earth? What's gonna happen? And we go inside, and they're literally just stuffing their faces with donuts and milkshakes. I'm like, yep, this is just another Tuesday for them. These are these grand leaders of this armada. Their intro was magnificent. I'm not gonna lie.
Really, really, really clean animation. Really, it looks nice. It looks cool. The music is from the San Diego trailer, funny enough.
Yeah, it is.
And I found it hilarious that you had that whole set piece of the ship blowing planets up, smashing through. Then you go inside the ship and it's just them snacking.
Yeah, just not a single dent on their ship, not phased at all, just kind of standing there, just watching it happen. They're like, hey, you remember Invader Zim?
No.
Or who? No.
The most leaders on this planet.
Yeah, these...
galaxy, yeah.
Yeah, these are just, like, the big threat of the universe, and they're like, who? Who's Zim? Oh, right, yeah, that guy we hate. Yeah, he's dead, right? Yeah, he's gotta be dead. We've not heard from him in forever. Again, catching you up to speed of, yeah, they sent Zim to Earth, thinking he was on this grand mission, when really they just hate his guts and wanted to get rid of him. It's like, this guy sucks. Get him out of our armada, send him into the depths of space.
They didn't even remember him.
Yeah, they didn't remember. No, they remember Jim.
They didn't remember.
They remember the donut guy that they have. And they're like, yeah, we like Jim. He's cool. He brings us donuts.
He's cool.
So they're like, well, we got a transmission coming through. I wonder who it's from. It is Ice. Just the moment that they start talking about him again, it's like, well, he's no longer present in our lives. Glad he's gone. Hello, my tallest. Fuck.
My man Purple literally spits out his drink and probably kills one of his assistants.
No, what's crazy as well is
that fall was pretty steep.
Tallest Red was the one drinking a drink. Tallest Purple was not drinking a drink and just ate donuts, but manifested liquid somehow anyway. It just spits in Red's face.
Yeah, that dude's dead. I hope that wasn't Jim.
Oh yeah, the guy that was standing next to them holding like donuts and like beverages and stuff.
Donuts.
With like a tray on his head. he got spit like off the side while Zim tries to explain his plan. It's like, Zim, we thought you were dead. My death was greatly exaggerated, sirs. So Zim explains his plan of, well, now that my nemesis Dib is a sad chair, here's phase 2. And it's literally... I have reason to believe the writers took this single thing of Zim forgetting phase 2 as inspiration from the, quote, lost episode of Invader Zim from Hot Diggity Demon of Zim saying, shit, I forgot what I was gonna do today.
Shit. I think Jonan said that that's his favorite Invader Zim episode.
Did he?
Legitimately. Yeah, it's just valid.
I hope one day he says it's just canon, just outright. Because that would be so
I hope it's canon. One of those Florpus realities has to be Hot Diggity Demon.
Yeah. I have reason to believe that's where that acid dimension came from.
Probably.
That's just the Hot Diggity Demon world, just Nickelodeonified. But yeah, Zim's like, I'll get back to you on phase 2, I gotta go. And he starts panicking, like, shit, what do I do? Go into the basement, I need you to find out what phase 2 is. And he starts pulling out, like, all of these different contraptions and machines and possible creatures and ideas that could have been the second phase of his plan. Meanwhile, Dib is back at home, and he's wasted no time getting ripped again, and also getting a bath from his sister with a massive bucket of soap.
With the hose.
And as Zim is, like, sucking to figure out what phase 2 is, Gua says something about, like, oh, I know what you could do. You can get 1 million pizzas, and then I could just roll around in them, and then we win. Which Gua actually does. He just gets, like, 15 pizzas and just rolls around in them like freaking Grandpa does in the Simpsons movie on the church floor. Like, what?
Never watched that movie.
It's actually a pretty good movie. Simpsons movie is great. So yeah, after all of those failures, and Dib gets way too ripped, like, Jesus Christ, he could literally step on Zim and he would just be dead like a bug on the floor. Zim decides, okay, stop everything. I need to go and find out how much time I've got before the Tallest arrive. And this was something I never thought of. Zim finding out that the Tallest were never coming to Earth in the first place. And he actually does, and is devastated when he finds out, because when he gathers the power, the processing power, to allow his computer to be able to... he steals, like, the entire, county's electricity to do it, and the whole place is shrouded in a blackout, but he steals all their electricity and gathers the energy, and finds out the Tallest star schmillions of light years away from planet Earth. Which, wow, considering episodes like Backstreet Drivers from Beyond the Stars, and they actually came to Earth, or were pretty close to, how fast were they traveling through space? I know it's been like an insurmountable amount of years, but like, golly, did they get that far that quickly? Jesus.
They're quick.
They were quick. The massive...
They are literally aliens. They probably have beyond light speed by this point.
Oh yeah, they probably did have light speed in the massive or something, That's probably true. Mm-hmm. So meanwhile, while Zim is now completely depressed, it's going to be so hard not to get them mixed up because they both have similar sounding names. Dib is about ready. He's back in normal shape. Because he was like, I was in bad shape, then I got 2 in shape, and now I'm back to normal shape. And he doesn't have his big head in this version of his design, this regular Dib design.
No.
And I think quickly we can pivot to, like, we'll talk more in detail about this later, but I think we should pivot to, like, the art style they've gone for this movie. It's akin to the comics. I know people were mad about it, but I really like this change for the movie. It makes the movie more unique.
They were mad about it?
Yeah, people were actually pretty mad that they didn't go with, like, the gritty, sharp edge design that the show had and made it more rounded for the movie. People were mad about that.
I thought it was a good mix between the two.
Yeah, it's like a good middle ground.
And then refine that a bit, yeah.
Yeah, because the original show was, like, sharp-edged and jagged animation, whereas the comics are more round and over-exaggerated facial expressions. The movie meets a good middle ground, I'd say. And I think it does pretty well, because when you do see those more harsh environments, or, like, darker environments, it still has that theme that the original show had of, like, jagged edges, to show that, like, this is not a natural environment for this world. So, I like the art style of the movie, and it helps it stand out amongst the other 2 pieces of media that Zim has.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah, I love it. Honestly, if I were to base any project around Zim, it would probably be akin to Florpus' art style.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I don't think the original art style would work anymore.
No, especially not in a movie, because, like...
Oh, definitely not in a movie. I couldn't watch an hour and a half.
If it's something like the SpongeBob movie that has that same hand-drawn style, but it's still kind of different to the show, then that's fine. Because, hand-drawn animation is still spectacular. And obviously they did go through the effort of changing it a little bit for the first SpongeBob movie, so that's kind of an exception to that rule. They gave them shadows, whereas in the show they don't really have many shadows. So, yeah, that was good. That was a good change, I like that. But yeah, back to Zim, back to the other Nickelodeon project. Dib goes into... he goes outside where Membrane is testing these new sort of bracelets on... a pack of kids, like their test bracelets, and these are called like Mem bracelets, which will unite the world on Peace Day coming up in peace, and it's gonna make a bunch of peace, and it's gonna be amazing peace, and it'll be the most peace in the history of peace. I'm trying to quote the Ravens flock here, but
yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, I can't remember it off by heart. I have to listen to their review again, which was also fire. I'll probably listen to that later. But it's at this moment, Membrane is happy to see his son back outside again. Is like, wow, well, you're back in shape. It's good to see you this excited about science. You're not excited about science. You've got your alien hunting briefcase. I thought you dropped this, Dib. And immediately we get some father-son conflict. This time it's more apparent in the movie than I think it's ever been in the show, because they really do draw attention to it, and I'm glad that they do, because it was kind of brushed over in the show, which isn't bad. They don't really get much time to explore something like that in a show, but with a movie, you can do something like that. And Membrane asks, like, oh, but you say all these things, but you haven't got any proof of this alien technology, to which Dib finally snaps and pulls his dad into the garage round back, where a bunch of memorabilia from Invader Zim and all the stuff Dib has collected from his battles with Zim is all just hoarded here in the garage, including T.A.G's spaceship, which got me very hyped when that appeared, because I was like, is T.A.G going to be in the movie? Which reassured me even more when Dib tried to smack the ship, and it actually had T.A.G's voice saying Dib's face was stupid, so I'm like, okay, good. They're keeping it consistent from, again, Backseat Drivers, when T.A.G's ship said, you've stolen me. I'm T.A.G's ship, I'm a downloaded personality interface. I'm going to say it right now, Backseat Drivers from Beyond the Stars is my favorite Invader Zim episode. Oh my god, this is so good. Yeah, I love that episode so much. There's just so much going on in it.
I don't even know my favorite episode.
Yeah, I've watched that episode like 1 billion times. I could almost recite it word for word. But even now, Membrane still doesn't believe Dib. And it's like, it's a nice fake spaceship you built. And Dib just wants his father to support him. Wishing isn't very scientific, son. And Dib just smacks the side of the garage door and just leaves to go to Zim's house. And I'm like, yes! This is what I want.
No,
I want this.
Fed up.
Like, I can't imagine Dib's anger, because the whole world is against him, no matter how hard he's tried.
I like that this movie, the title is Invader Zim, but this definitely feels like a Dib movie just as much.
Yeah, like Zim may be the main character, but the show, or the movie is actually about Dib and his relationship with his dad.
A lot of that. I think they're split pretty equally, but you can definitely tell they're trying to put a focus on Dib more. Even just by adding Dib Membrane versus in the title, stuff like that. Having the conflict with him and his dad, which is barely apparent in the show. Mm-hmm. I love it all.
Yeah, it's great. And it's new territory for Invader Zim to have this more emotional side, because we don't get much of that in the show. It's mostly just like pure chaos.
It really is.
Yeah. So for them to do that specifically for the movie, I'm not sure if it's in the comics that much. I'll have to actually read the comics. But if this is a new thing for the movie, it's welcome. I love it. So Dib storms his way over to Zim's house and says, "This ends today. I'm ready for everything you got," braying on the door. To which he opens the door and notices Zim's house is in a complete pigsty. And Gur is the first to pick up on Dib's intrusion and says, "Intruder! Come on in! Make yourself at home!" Of course, Gur. That's fantastic. We love you. You can see Mini Moose as well on the couch, sticking out of a mountain of cheese and what was it, Doritos or whatever, just cheese and chips. And then Zim emerges from it, just saying, "Keep it down. I'm trying to be miserable in my cheesy cocoon of misery."
Love his cheesy cocoon of misery.
He's currently going through the whole, basically my sugar daddy boyfriend has broken up with me and I need ice cream, sort of emotions, you know. So he's grieving the fact that the tallest do not, he's lost the respect to the tallest, and he shows Dib this. All of what's laying around are just failed experiments for Phase 2, or false experiments for Phase 2, because he really couldn't remember what it was, including one of which is a horribly made clone of Membrane, which is some sort of radioactive bee hybrid thing, which is named... Yeah, it's like a fish. I think Gaz also explained it as, like, Dad had an allergic reaction to radioactive bees, so I always thought he was like a bee or something. Also, he makes little, like, buzzing noises when he gets freaked out at the table later as well. Is he a bee or is he a fish? He might be a fish. He's got the lips of a fish, now that I think about it. Huh. God. Never mischaracterize your species. I don't want to get cancelled by Clembrain culture on Twitter.
No, you don't. They're powerful. And they're pudding.
Pudding. I wanted to eat the pudding. I don't care if they said it looked bad. It was animated beautifully. It looked like chocolate mousse. I love chocolate mousse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd eat Clembrain pudding.
Honestly. So we see on TV that Gur is just watching something about Bloaty, the pig, which is also a nice callback to the show of like...
Bloaty's Pizza Hut.
Bloaty's Pizza. Which is pretty cool. And there's like 10 different kinds of pizzas in one pizza. Dude, I love pizza. I would eat the shit out of that. I'll eat Bloaty's Pizza. I don't care if it's got grease and shit in it. I love greasy food. I've said before in Banjo-Kazooie episodes, the grease is the best part of a burger. It's delicious. The grease is so delicious. Oh. Anyway, back to the story. So Zim admits defeat to Dib, and Dib's like, "Oh my god." And this is perfect timing for me, because the keynote that my dad's holding is tomorrow, and the whole world's going to be watching. So you don't care anymore, Zim. To which Zim hands Dib his leg. It's like, fine, yeah, you could show me off to the world, I don't care anymore. Boom! Dib wins, and Dib takes Zim to the keynote that's being held at this massive stadium by Membrane as he announced the new Mem bracelet to unite the world in peace. Meanwhile, Dib is given a sort of gloopy substance by Zim to sabotage the entire... what was it, like the TV network or whatever, so that Dib can get on stage and reveal Zim to the world. I'm surprised Zim's... Yeah, and I'm surprised Zim is helping Dib with this. I thought he'd just be lounging around just waiting to be revealed, but it's like, yeah, just, sure, take this, reveal me to the world, I really don't care. It's like, wow, Zim has hit literal depression levels, but, you know, I guess... I was feeling like, so, like, I was happy with how the movie was going, but being on Team Zim, I was like, well, okay, I guess. But there was also like 40 minutes of movie left, and I was like, something's gonna happen. He's gonna have a change of heart. That or this is all a trick. So, before Dib gets on stage, Dib hits the button, and Zim disappears, to which all the lights go out, and then a red light comes on stage, to which the Urkin logo is shown to the entire audience, and Zim, in a horribly made costume, stands on stage with his enthusiasm right back up again to greet everyone and say, "Greetings, fellow humans!" And with Membrane gone, Zim's just replaced him, and we don't know where he is. We actually don't get an answer as to where Membrane went for a while. I thought Zim had just like shot him or something, just pulled him around the back of the stage.
Shot him.
just pulled out a Glock and just been like, okay, bye, whatever.
How powerful is an Urkin Deagle?
I don't know how Zim managed to get Membrane where he got him so quickly, but you know,
he just had a little lady, and he's gone.
He probably used Mini Moose, actually. He probably like had Mini Moose teleport him or something. Yeah, he probably just had a spare Mem bracelet lying around, so one...
Membrane was oblivious to the flood. Oh, hello, little moose.
Hello, little moose. Never mind that you're flying. Yeah, so Zim goes on stage and starts taking over the show, and Dib wastes no time getting down there and saying, "Zim's an alien, he's..." And then his mouth and his legs are covered by this machine attached to the bracelet on his arm that Zim put on him. And there's this holographic mouth that says, Zim is cool! Hail Zim! Let's do everything he says! And the audience...
Zim is a gaslight gatekeeper girl boss in this movie.
Is.
Tell you what.
And even at this point, the audience is like, that's kind of sus. And it's like, don't worry, the bracelet's still coming. It comes in four colors now! And everyone goes apeshit for it. And that was 100% a piss take on Apple products. It felt so much like
absolutely. I say with my brand new iPhone.
I've got an iPhone XR, but that doesn't mean it's good. It's a bunch of crap, my phone. I need to get a new one.
I updated from a 13 to 16, which I feel is reasonable.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I'm thinking of getting a Samsung next iPhone.
Oh, good. I hate transitioning phones like that.
That would have been I went from Samsung to iPhone, and then Samsung, and then back to iPhone. Now I'm going back to Samsung.
What are you doing?
I don't know. One of my phones slipped out of my pocket as I was closing a car door, and it got cracked. That happened. I blame my school for that because their trousers are so slippery with the pockets. I'm like, what?
I think you need pants with zipper pockets. I think that's
funny you're wearing that. I'm actually wearing tracksuit pants right now with zipper pockets.
Well, there you go.
I say pants in terms of American terms. If you're British, then trousers. You know?
Trousers. You fucking weirdos.
Fucking weirdos. Crikey.
The only good thing you guys have brought is Wallace and Gromit. I'm standing on that.
That new movie's peak, by the way, if you guys haven't seen it.
I loved that new movie.
Dude, Vengeance Most Foul?
Fantastic.
The new Wallace actor fucking killed it. I couldn't notice a difference.
He did.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I love finally we got a
favorite
connection to like
ever.
the Shaun the Sheep universe as well, taking place in the same town as Wallace and Gromit. That's
when
crazy.
are we gonna get a movie crossover of that caliber?
It can't be long now. It's got to be around.
It can't.
Like, now that they've confirmed that, people are going to be asking for that. Like crazy. I would love to see that. But, so back to Zim. Zim takes over the show, and Gaz has also been, taken over by this freaking machine covering her mouth, but that doesn't stop her eyes from being bloodshot looking at Dib for ruining Membrane's show and making this happen. It's like, it's a look of, I'm gonna fucking kill you when I see you next. To which Dib then wakes up, as if the whole thing was a nightmare. And we actually get Membrane's voice coming from downstairs in Dib's house, because he wakes up in his bed just in a cold sweat like, oh, I've got nothing on my face. Everything looks normal. And then Membrane says, breakfast is ready, son, and Dib springs out of bed and goes downstairs, only to find Clembrain making pudding. Happy PlayStation! And also,
grounded forever.
You always grounded forever. And Gaz has that death-defying glare looking at Dib, just in total still silence.
It's gonna turn Dib into a live leak video. Swear to God.
Yeah, so still no sign of Membrane. Clembrain just slaps pudding into Gaz and Dib's bowls. Foodio is still here, but he's kind of concerned about the food. He's like, maybe I could just cook something? Like, no, I've got it, I'm good.
Oh,
What
my
happened?
God.
What happened?
Your fucking British accent, piece of shit accent.
What, me?
My end, it sounded like he slapped his pudding into their balls. I'm like, what?
Oh!
Hello? What are we in this movie? Jesus.
He slapped their balls with his pudding.
Hell no.
Oh.
Just keep going.
Just keep going. Alright,
keep going.
So, Gaz crashes out at Dib, just saying, you didn't mean to ruin Dad's big show, getting kidnapped, hand Zim the keys to our father's entire corporation while we're held hostage by his evil clone? That's okay, Dib, it's fine, we all make mistakes. And I'm like, yeah, Dib, you fucked up this time. This is the worst I think you could have fucked up, because your dad's now missing, and Zim only knows where he is. So meanwhile on the TV outside, and I mean outside, like, literally, present, like, area outside, Zim is in the Membrane Labs building just laughing up the money as he's got Membrane Labs robots wearing Membrane Labs shirts that are just taking money from people, giving them bracelets, and throwing them into the stratosphere, because why the hell not? Because they're too freaking distracted by this cool product they've got. And Div looks at the TV like, that place is familiar. Wait a fucking minute. Opens his window and sees Zim right outside with the whole crowd in his neighborhood, in the cul-de-sac, and I'm like, dude, Zim is so petty at this point. Like, he's already won and he's still flexing on Dib that he won. Like, oh, hello, Dib, what are you doing here? I live here,
I got this whole fucking bit.
It's so good. This is one of the most memorable and memed scenes in the whole movie of, you won't get away with this. What?
It's that and the not scientifically possible, which I still see being used to this day.
Yes,
and
same.
That impresses me.
During the entire keynote that Membrane Labs had, someone said what was it? Membrane. Yeah, he said no one's excited as I am for tomorrow. I am. That is not scientifically possible.
I've never seen a man move that fast.
Yeah, he literally he exits the stage, which is a good 20 aisles away from the person. Not to mention they're on an upper level. Up a large amount of stairs, and just springs past the audience, blowing people out of their seats just to poke at his triple chin, and then slowly go back to the stage.
That's Professor Membrane's keynote.
Honestly. And we do actually get confirmation that actually happened, in-universe later, because he has rocket boots. But yeah, Zim is gloating outside and getting the whole world to try and hold hands, but obviously for a more sinister final outcome, which we'll find out in just a minute, when Dib is not allowed to leave his house, so he can't do anything to stop Zim. He can only watch the keynote from outside. To which Gaz points at the TV saying, look at how big your head is on TV, Dib, and it's just this massive round pile of flesh on his body with his tiny eyes and freaking mouth. It's they over-exaggerated it on the TV. But his normal self is just fine. It's just on the TV it's huge. Which I guess they needed to have one big head joke, because they'd not done that yet. And that was the thing in the original show.
Invader Zim media without it.
I think at the panel when they announced the new design, said Dib doesn't have as big of a head as he did in the show, because we wanted to make it look more natural with a different art style, which makes sense. But it's still nice that they went ahead and did the big head joke. Be like, Dib, look at how huge your head looks on TV. And Gaz is not even being mockery. She's genuinely surprised. Oh my god!
Being genuine.
It's damn, your head is huge, bro. Meanwhile, inside of the building, Zim exits the little mech costume that he has of the scientist, the Professor Zim scientist, and is well, Gur, wow, this was pretty easy. All this time trying to take over planet Earth, and all I had to do was just make them pay me to do it. And I'm that's so true. That's so true, though.
Valid. And it's only getting more and more true as the years go on.
It is. The freaking pop culture and freaking government-ass jokes that Richard Horvitz? No, that's Zim's actor. Jonah Vasquez makes. They keep dating like fine wine. He's a genius.
I don't get it.
I don't know how he does it. Maybe he just...
I don't know what they're doing over there.
I mean... Jonah's clearly a man who can see the real world for what it is, and that's just a scummy corporate thing. They even did that with TAG in the original show. It's all they see is another faceless corporate venture, another plan for world conquest. Is there really a difference? Yeah. No, there is not a difference. Gur, meanwhile, is don't worry, boss. I know that there's some people not being able to hold hands. I can encourage them. Leave it to me. So, Gur puts together the most garage band ass song of all time, which is Peace is Nice. And he goes out and sings it to the children of the world, and it...
Banger of the century!
It is a banger. Gur cooked with this. Absolute cinema. I want a freaking art piece of either... No, Mini Moose. I want Mini Moose to just have his hands up, just with that goofy smile, just having absolute cinema written underneath for Peace is Nice. So Gur sings this freaking
that's great
monotone ass song of auto-tuned ass song, and it's kind of it's got cows mooing in the background while Gur is singing it, but then it becomes this really well orchestrated, harmonious, melodic tune when all the world starts singing it together and they start holding hands again. And Zim is looking at the counter going up oh my god, it's actually working. I'm about to win. I'm gonna do it. And at this point, we don't know what Zim is actually up to yet. We don't know what the combination of holding hands...
No, we have no clue what he's trying to do.
And when it happens, when the children hold hands, nothing happens. The sky is still blue. The birds are still tweeting. Everything's fine. Dib looks around. Everything's cool. It's like, ha! You failed! Oh no, I didn't. There is but one creature, Dib. One creature in the universe that can house such a massive amount of power, because holding hands is just the first of 2 steps to this equation. What's the second step? To do that, we need Mini Moose. And we cut to the atmosphere, because during this whole time during Peace Day, Mini Moose has been absent, because he's been in the upper atmosphere of Earth, and shoots down a laser beam to one mem bracelet, which links to all the other ones around the world. And just like that, boom! Earth is teleported away, out of the solar system. And at this point I was like, did Zim just... Was this a suicide mission? Did Earth just go bye-bye? And the movie just cuts to black, because like there's so much music and like slight screaming when all this happens, and then all of a sudden when Earth is gone, it's just silence. And then we cut to black. And it's like, what the fuck happened? And we fade back to Earth, traveling at the speed of sound, light years through space. Gravity starts freaking out a little bit, and then we finally just aggressively shift. The sky is red, there are weird-looking planets all around, and Zim throws off his disguise and claims his victory as humanity is completely shocked. Like, what the fuck just happened? All the kids are disoriented from the membrane bracelet power used for a more sinister purpose, and Dib's like, what did you do? And it's at this point when it clicks to me, like, oh my god, he's just teleported Earth right in the path of the Urkin Armada, hasn't he? And sure enough, that's exactly what he's done, and their next stop is now planet Earth. So while Zim is like, ha ha ha, I'm gonna go prepare for my leaders, you guys enjoy Earth and its final hours. But before Zim can leave, time for title drop, the Florpus shows up. And what is a Florpus hole? Because we don't know what... Even at the San Diego thing, when someone asked the question, what is a Florpus hole? And they're like, we don't need to explain that. Everyone knows what a Florpus is, so whatever.
Yeah.
But in the movie, we finally get an explanation. And it's this sort of black hole culminating a bunch of worlds together, which is caused by the teleportation of a celestial body, like a planet, just teleported so far away from its source location. And it will open this massive black hole. So physics in the Invader Zim world is kind of broken, but given the show, what else can you really break?
You're just now saying that? You're not going to say that about the entire Earth traveling at light speed?
Yeah, that would tear Earth apart in like the first slight shift of travel. Because it'd be one thing if Earth just like teleported and then just like popped like from one place to another, just like gone and then appears. But the fact that it, like, traveled, like, light speed, just forward through space, it was lucky it didn't hit anything along the way that tore a hole through the planet already. So, but yeah, the Florpus shows up and Earth starts shifting towards it, as well as other planets that start disappearing into the Florpus, and everyone's in a panic, and Zim's like, well, I guess it's just a race against time. It's either the Florpus consumes us first and Earth is destroyed, or the Armada destroys Earth. Honestly, it's a win-win for me, so I'm good. Which I'm like, good for you, I guess, Zim. Because he doesn't have to wear his disguise anymore. The jig is up. The Armada's on their way, and there's a massive black hole about to consume Earth. And I'm like, fuck yeah. Team Zim, baby. I don't see how Dib can get out of this one.
But he does. Sigh.
But he does. I'm going to ask for some of your thoughts on these last couple scenes, because I've just been yapping, just expressing my euphoria for this part of the movie, because it gets really good from here.
Honestly, I was just having a good time when we were watching it. Mm-hmm. Not gonna lie. At that point, my brain was just, like, hyper-focused on what was happening. I love all the I love how the stakes have finally, like, risen to how far they can probably get. I don't think it can get higher than this unless it was, like, a finale territory where Dib does try and, you know, defeat Zim like he was supposed to in the show.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna get this crazy again. I like the concept of a Florpus hole. I like that the story is now just focused on these few characters. Yeah. Actually, what am I saying? The whole movie is just focused on Zim, Gur, Dib, Gas, Membrane.
And honestly, like...
And Mini Moose, I guess. Yeah.
I guess I could say this at this point now. What makes this such a good movie to me personally. It's such a good payoff to see, like, because we've seen Zim, almost succeed in his plans before, but they weren't earth-shattering proportions. This is the most destructive plan Zim has ever had, and it's worked out better than he expected. Because, like, it's literally a race against time, because even on the wild event that, even though they don't, the massive, and the tallest decide, let's go to Earth. It's in our space, Zim is here, fucking great, let's just go kill him then. If he wants us to come to him, then, he'll see the far side of our laser first. So obviously the massive make their way to Earth and decide, you know what, let's just go blow up Earth, finally. Instead of turning, because they don't want to do that. But yeah, what makes this movie amazing is that there's a constant sense of impending doom. It's a ticking time bomb, really. And it's just like, how is humanity supposed to fight against a cosmic deity like a black hole or a Florpus? That's not something you can fight. It's not like the Armada, which is a physical embodiment. That's like a celestial entity that can't be destroyed. Like, at all. And it's got you in its sights. You're within its range of pull. So that's just like, oh my god, that's cool. Because to see this... And as we get closer to the Florpus throughout the rest of the movie, it just gets bigger and more destructive, and you see more of its twisted details. And it looks incredible. Like, oh my god!
It is really cool.
It is pretty awesome.
That's all I had to say about it.
Yeah. So, while the tallest decide, right, we don't like that Zim is here. I don't know how Zim got all the way out here, but tell you what, we're just gonna go to Earth instead of steering around it, because for some reason the tallest don't like steering. And again, having seen backseat drivers from Beyond the Stars, I believe that, because they very much did not like when their ship was swaying left and right. So, probably some PTSD. I'm like, no steering. No steering, ever again, no. It's just cool to see the tallest actually want to go to Earth with the intention of literally destroying it this time. But it's like, Zim has gone too far. The only way we're going to be rid of this guy is if we just kill him ourselves. So, they make their way to Earth, and meanwhile, Dib and Gaz are still stuck in the house with Clembre, and they're like, well, great, we're stuck in here, there's a Florpus hole outside, there's an armada coming to get us, what are we going to do? And Gaz is like, I know, hold this ham, and just shoves a massive slab of ham into Dib's face and says, Clembrain, you don't spend enough time with your son, look at him, he's all messed up, he needs you. And he's like, yeah, he does seem a little messed up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, quite right. You got any suggestions? I know. How about we go fix a spaceship in the garden? Well, that sounds like a great idea. So, Dib and Gaz and Clembrain pull out Tack's ship and decide, alright, we need to fix this ship, and we need to go and find Dad, wherever he is. It's at this point, Tack's ship wakes up and says, you have stolen me away from my owner, you will not fix me, I'm not doing anything for you. And it's like, well, you hate me, right? You hate Dib, yeah? But you hate Zim more. Oh, I definitely hate Zim more. Well, if you help us, Zim will be very upset. Okay, you twisted my arm. I'll help you. Just disconnect my seat sensors, because I don't like your butts. But there's something about butts with Tack's ship, but okay, whatever, sure. Tack's ship set off with Dib and Gaz in tow to Muping 10, which is a space prison. Meanwhile, on Earth, Zim is just living up this victory, because Gur's built him this iron throne with Zim written all over it, and it's got flaming fire and, flaming peanuts raining down. It's just a huge scene of like, dude, I fucking did it! I win! I'm a victorious invader! The tallest are gonna be so happy! Yeah! And this is one of the best scenes in the movie to me, because it's just, again, it's so cool to see Zim finally on top and get what he wants. After so long of failing, because like, yes, I get to rule over Earth, I did it, and it's really cool, because the sky's red and everything, and everyone's running and screaming, and I'm throwing flaming peanuts onto them and burning them, this is awesome! It's like Zim is like a pyromaniac at this point, I love it.
He always was.
He always was a pyromaniac, but now he actually gets to like, express it without having to hide his identity.
Yeah.
It's like King Candy after being turned into Turbo, he doesn't have to hide anything anymore, he can just be a monster. About time, yeah, and it feels good to see it. Just see the town square being terrorized by Zim. It's like, enough running and screaming, let's mix it up, bow down before me, and everyone just leaps out of the way of a falling, like, bloaty statue's head. It's like, Leaping's good, I guess. Sure. Meanwhile, at Mooping 10, Tak and Dib finally arrive. There's one thing I gotta ask here. How did Tak's ship know that the defenses of the prison were going down for like 0.5 seconds when it snuck through the barrier? That's something I gotta ask. How did it know? Because it's like, the defenses are about to go down. How do you know? Just get ready. And it's at this point I'm thinking, there is only one way they could have explained that. And that's if Tak is in this prison as well. And she disabled the defenses. And lo and behold, that didn't end up happening. And I was actually kind of upset by that we didn't get real Tak. Because I thought part of Tak's ship's ambition here would be like, okay, their dad's in Mooping 10, Tak's in Mooping 10. I can kill two birds with one stone, help them, and go and get Tak at the same time. I thought that would have been a great idea. They didn't go through with that. It never was an idea they had. It wasn't something they wanted to do. And that kind of sucks. I don't know how you feel about that pick, but I wanted Tak to appear in this movie somehow.
I'm happy with the ship. I don't know how they could have incorporated Tak herself. There really was no room for that. Yeah. So I'm glad she at least has her ship.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that I don't like the movie because Tak wasn't there. It just would have been cool to be like, yeah, I mean...
This shit sucks.
This shit sucks. It's awful. No, just kidding. So they get in, and Tak's ship goes to cause a diversion for Dib, only to get caught by the guards and get chucked into a prison cell. And it's at this point Dib's at his low point, and it's like, why aren't you just telling me I told you so, Gaz? Just these three-letter names, man.
They're all the same.
And we get a moment here that some people would say is not legitimate Gaz, and it's like, she only dishes out stuff to Dib when she knows he can handle it. And I'm like, I don't mind that, but some people got really mad at that. Because,
I thought it was kind of necessary to not have her just be such a... I think Gaz, and maybe Membrane, I love them, but they're the most flat, one-note characters of the cast.
Yeah.
Because it's just, Membrane does science, he doesn't believe Dib, Gaz just hates everything.
Yeah.
I like that she's kind of like a sister to Dib in that regard now.
Yeah, because honestly, what we gotta remember is that, yeah, she's kind of an evil tyrant when she's angry, but she's also Dib's sister, and she's worried about her dad as well. That's why she came along. And also, need to remind everyone, now's not the time to be angry about everything. Her home planet is about to get sucked into a void. I think she has a right to be more than just angry at this point. I would be too, I wouldn't spend time hating everything if my home planet was about to be ripped in half. But it doesn't matter too much because Membrane's in the same cell as them, and they all reunite. Though he's still convinced that none of this is actually happening. At all, none of it. And Div's like, no, it is happening. Zim used a moose to teleport the Earth to another part of the universe. Oh, really? Well, theoretically, if someone did have a little moose... that was supercharged, that could happen.
Right.
Theoretically.
It's all theoretical.
Theoretically speaking, of course. Not saying it would. But in theory, that is possible. But we knew it was possible as well in the labs, but we didn't worry about it because a supercharged moose doesn't actually exist. That's all just a theory. A mem theory.
Film theory, if you will.
Yes, exactly. Deb's like, okay, well... If theoretically speaking, would you be able to use that theoretical supercharged moose to theoretically teleport the Earth back? Theoretically, I could.
Yeah.
Cool.
It would good at cheat. Theoretically, if you could theoretically...
If you could theoretically do this, can you theoretically reverse it to theoretically do that? Theoretically, I could.
Can you theoretically believe me for once?
Cool! So let's go back to Earth and get that fucking moose and fix this mess. So they all go back... And Zim, still living it up, enjoying terrorizing Town Square, as Membrane and Gaz get separated from Dib. And it's actually a really emotional sequence when Dib gets separated from Membrane, because it's like, you'll be proud of me, Dad, but I'm always proud of you, son. Whew! This is Invader Zim, guys. It's never been this heartfelt. Wow. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe
compared to other media, this is... pretty light and industry standard, but for Invader Zim this doesn't happen at all.
Yeah, it never happens for Invader Zim.
Definitely at first.
So Dib goes back to Earth, crashes into Zim's throne all alone and totals his throne, and emerges Dragon Ball Z style, just claws his way out of the crater he created, and just says, "Give me that moose now." And goes like holding the moose, like, "Here you go, boss." And Zim just bolts out of there with Mini Moose with Dib and Chase.
I like how right before he said that, Dib gave Zim that knowing, like, you.
It's like, you. Dib, you. Give me the moose. Nope. Just go, just dog's like.
He was out of there.
It's like, nah. It's like, I may be an idiot, but I know a pissed human when I see one. You're on your own, boss. Dib chases down Zim, and they continue the chase down. It's like, oh, this is my moose. Get your own moose, human. I gotta say something about one of the creatures we see, because I don't know if anyone else has made this sort of connection or comparison yet. I don't know if it's just my brain-rotted mind of watching Odd Ones Out so much, but the bees look like the Odd Ones Out. Is that just me? The bee creatures? They remind me of the Odd Ones Out so much.
Let me look them up.
Also, there is quite a few. There's a theme with bees in this movie, like vampire bees, membrane.
I guess Jonah just really liked bees in 2019.
Zubul, look at this cool bee I drew.
I see where you're coming from. They're round. They got cute features. They're like marshmallows. I guess I see what you mean.
Yeah. Also, their planet looks delicious because it's made of like honeycombs and stuff, and it's got like honey oozing out of the holes in it. And I'm just like, oh,
this is true.
I want to take a bite out of the planet. It probably tastes really nice. Now I want honeycomb waffles or something. So as the chase continues, Zim says to Dib, "You're ugly when you lie, Dib." "I'm not lying." "Then why are you so ugly?" It's like,
line.
I love
I'm gonna use that.
It's just such a good line. The pettiness of these two has not been lost over the 20 years the show had not been released. So
I love the pettiness.
It was pretty great. Meanwhile, it's like a little guy's birthday on one of the tiny planets until it gets stepped on and thrown a million miles an hour by Div and Zim like a freaking ball. And it's like, no, my birthday's been ruined. Oh, but this cake is so delicious.
She's eating the cake while about to die horribly.
Just like takes a break from screaming to be like, ah! Ah!
It's valid.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about the leprechaun cat. That was one of Zim's failed experiments for Phase 2. And when Dib almost catches up to Zim, Zim expels it out onto the platform in front of Dib to blow him up after he says, "I liked you better when you were a chair, and I liked you better when you were a toilet." "I was not a skibbity toilet."
Stop.
I had to.
Alright, I'm done. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. I don't want to play this anymore.
I was hiding.
hate Invader Zim? Okay.
I was hiding in the skibbity toilet.
I was skibbity toilet.
I was the skibbity toilet. Skibbity toilet.
My fault, Dib.
Skibbity toilet stole from Enter the Florpus. They'll be hearing from Nickelodeon's lawyers. Cease and desist is coming.
I am DaFox Boom.
I am DaFox Boom. So, what's funny about this chase as well, by the way, is that when they get back down to the surface, they're literally where the chase started. So, like, they made no progress on moving anywhere at all. They might as well have been running in a circle the whole time. Dib does get surrounded by all of the membrane bots and sort of, like, pyloned, to which Zim and Gur get up on, like, the little fallen bloaty statue and just wave their hands. Gur especially is doing, like, a pog face going, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Seeing Gur do the pog face is everything. I love it. But just before Div gets crushed, Membrane returns in a massive, like, blast of blue and sweeps the area of the robots and starts fighting them with Dib. And, you know, they're actually fighting as father and son, which is great. It looks amazing, and the animation changes a lot for now. We'll just save that for the production, but I noticed the animation changes.
Yeah, I was gonna
sometimes.
say.
Like, it goes like Toon Boom.
Qualified to talk about this, and I've been messing with a lot of 2D, so I think I can give 2 cents on it.
Yeah, honestly. So they fight off the horde of robots, and then Clembrain returns, starts fighting Membrane, and they're so close to getting the moose, and then Tack returns, or Tack's ship returns with Gaz inside, and almost the ship gets a one-up on Zim, but then breaks down and dies, and I'm like, okay. Bye, Tack. Thanks for your participation.
And you get the participation award, that's it.
They're gonna miss you. The ham that was shoved into Dib's mouth, I can make that sound more funny. The meat that was shoved into Dib...
Remember what Dib said, guys. I'm 12 years old.
I'm 12 years old. Dib still has the stick of ham, and it's like, oh my god, yes, the ham! Gaz, catch! And throws Gaz the ham, and she has the power of Thor. the god of thunder in the ham, and just whacks Zim over the head with it, and he drops the moose. Just, yes, I have the mighty power of the ham.
She's just...
Take that, Zim. It's the sound Zim makes when he gets hit.
She's just kind of like the ham. Not even like a heart, though. Just a little toss.
Just a little yoink.
Thinks down immediately.
That's all I hear when Zim gets hit.
That's one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Honestly. It's just the suspension of, like, complete disbelief followed by just reality. Be like, yes, it's this mighty powerful thing. No, it's not. It's just a stick of ham.
It's ham.
Bonk.
It is ham.
It is just ham. The moose is dropped, and everything seems okay. Like, possibly Membrane had picked it up, or possibly Dib. No, Clembrain picked up Mini Moose. And Zim says to return it to him and then destroy the Membrane family. And it's here that Clembrain has a little bit of clarity, thinking, but they're my family. Oh, I knew you were useless. You couldn't even make pudding properly. Whoa. Don't you be dissing his pudding, man. That's the best pudding I've ever had. And Clembrain makes a decision to walk over to Zim and grab him on the face and throw the Mini Moose over to the Membrane family, just in time for the Florpus to begin sucking Earth inside. And it's like, right, now's the time, Dad. Fix up the moose. And it's like, right, use the moose. Okay, I can do that. I can start Rubik's cubing this thing, and he kind of, it is like a Rubik's cube pretty much. Mini Moose just has become a Rubik's cube at this point. And while everyone's
confused Membrane for a bit too.
Yeah,
I've seen a Rubik's cube do that.
Honestly, you can even see as well the Mini Moose, like, when Clembrain is told that the pudding is awful by Zim, not only does Clembrain try eating pudding, but so does Mini Moose. Mini Moose has got a spoon of pudding ready to eat. It's a quick blink and you'll miss it detail, but it's there. Not to mention Gerd loves the pudding as well. He literally shoveled like a truckload into his mouth earlier.
Okay, well, Gerd also loves anything that he can eat, so... It
is said at the beginning of the movie, he did eat a baby. Zim said he did eat a baby.
He did. He seemed very proud of it.
Yeah, I ate a baby there. He did.
He did.
Yeah. Whatever, Gur. As long as you regurgitated it. He probably didn't regurgitate that baby.
He probably shot it into space.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, space babies. There we go.
Space babies.
Space babies.
Yes.
Yeah, while Membrane, I'm gonna try not to get this mixed up for the last bit of the movie here, is Rubik's cubing the moose, the Armada shows up. The Urkin Armada is right there. This is the money shot of the movie, by the way. Then, and again, this is contrast. Remember the scene from the anime at the beginning of the movie, folks? That scene of Dib confidently looking up at the Armada? Well, now we're in the reality of it, and Dib is terrified to see that smiling, grinning, just alien looks peering down at him with guns blazing, ready to go. And Tallest Red demands all cannons to be powered up and blasted onto Earth, as everything goes wrong all at once, and Earth gets sucked into the Florpus before they can figure out how to fix Mini Moose, and everything is just freaking merged into this like white void, and swirls start moving around the Florpus, and realities start mixing and stuff, and it just looks so cool. There's like sketch art and acid art, and there's like little like pencil creatures. There's like swapped freaking AU, it's like a swap AU or something. It's like Invader Dib becomes canon. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Just the whole Florpus segment of all these realities changing. There's puppets as well. Like, dude, what did you think of this scene? Because this is my favorite scene in the whole movie. I was blown away by this.
I thought it was cool. I hadn't seen anything like that in a cartoon before. It definitely brought something unique, unless they'd done it before. But I think even then, I think they did it the best. They were most memorable.
Gravity Falls did like something with the weirdness bubbles though in Weirdmageddon.
I think they did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
no,
they did. Yeah. They had that live action segment, like that weird, cartoony, like over exaggerated anime
made
stuff.
At one point, yeah.
Oh, they do transition back to anime while in the Florpus as well, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that was
they should have had a bit where they were the 2001 show again.
Yeah, I think they did. Like, it wasn't colored, but it was like in blue lining and stuff.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was the second transition that they had when Zim says relax, you know, and Dib like looks back at him. It's the one after the anime one makes an appearance. It's like, you notice the characters have got much sharper edges on that, and so does the environment. So I think that was like the original show style, and Dib looks more pissed, more akin to his like original character design. which is pretty cool. So while Earth is getting completely destroyed and actually like a crack is formed in planet Earth, Membrane finally figures out how to sort out the moose and teleports Earth back after pressing save the world? Yes. And I don't know why he takes a moment to actually consider yes or no. Like, perhaps it can mean...
Just taking a second.
So, imagine if he tripped on a rock and just pressed N accidentally and just said no. It's like, well, bad ending.
No.
Bye-bye, Earth.
I tried, son.
Bye-bye.
We'll wake up soon, I'm sure.
I tried my best, son. Bye-bye. Dies.
This isn't really a show. It's more like a... I'd see this in a manga or something. Not a manga.
Yeah, that's true. It could be more
I don't
like
know what I've seen it in, but it's definitely not the show.
So then Earth gets teleported back, and the tallest all cannon's like, oh, hey, Earth is gone. Yay, our path is clear again. Meanwhile, the commander at the driver's seat is like, there's that massive black hole ahead, sirs. Why are you so negative? Onwards towards the black hole. We'll survive. We're the Urkin Armada. We can take on anything. Zzz. Gone. Blink. Dead. Gone. Deceased. Absolutely just non-existent. Out of frame. Gone. I love that. That's just brilliant. Their overconfidence and also their complete ignorance this whole movie. They willingly just drove into that Florpus. Like, they were cheering as they were going towards it. They were like, yay, woohoo, Zim's gone, yeah. Bye. They
didn't listen to their little henchmen like the entire time. They were laughing at him earlier.
Yeah, they were.
It was just like, we could just turn. And they're like, imagine doing that.
Imagine turning.
I love steering.
Maybe he was put in the position of the driver and you guys weren't for a good reason. But it's okay. Now they can learn that lesson the hard way. So we cut back to Earth. Earth is doing just fine. It's got a huge band-aid covering. Probably suffocating half of the planet, but it's probably fine. So we see that Dib and Gaz and Membrane and even Clembrain and Fudio are doing all good. They're like a huge family now. Clembrain has joined the crew. Even much to Dib's confusion of like, does he live here or what? And Membrane's
yeah, right.
like, I don't know. I mean, I'm convinced the thing was all a dream, but that doesn't explain him. I'm very confused. And Zim shows up at the window like, I win, Dib, I won, you suck. It's like, what do you mean you won? Earth is saved, you lost, loser. Oh no, I didn't, because I got this thing! And pulls out some sort of, like, sitting clown plushie figure. And it's like, that was it? What? And it's like, yeah, who's laughing now?
Yeah.
I win, bye. And obviously, you know, that's
another
day
instance of Zim's plans working, but
working quotations, yeah, because he can't admit that he lost, so he had to find some sort of cover up, like, this thing, this is what I was after. I didn't want to destroy Earth. I just wanted to get this thing. Yeah, that was it. I'll get Earth next time. I'll try again next week. So be ready, I guess. It's like, okay, whatever.
Was I doing Earth Conquest?
Earth Conquest? Oh, yeah! I'll try again next week. So Membrane also said, it's like, why didn't you invite your little green friend in? That was the alien that tried to destroy Earth, Dad. Of course, I remember it is, son. I also remember dreaming up him being an alien and all that other crazy stuff in just some weird, lucid dream of mine, I guess. So I guess Membrane's just never gonna admit that all of that was real, despite literal, like, the entirety of the town in shambles from the Florpus and all of the destruction Zim caused. He's still convinced it's a dream. Like, whatever, sure. You can live in denial, but the rest of the world saw it, man. You can be the only one living in denial now. Everyone else is pretty much convinced that was all real.
Well, I mean, the rest of the world's gonna see one TV broadcast saying, oh, you were on hallucinogenic gas, and it'll be like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. It's like what they did in Ghostbusters. It's like, so those weren't ghosts. Those were just hallucinogenic substances put in the town's sewage network. What?
They're gonna pull a gun.
Yeah. Just the government trying to cover it up. There is no alien. Yeah, of course there's not. Humanity would buy that, though. That's the thing. We'd become that stupid. They would. They totally would. So, yeah, meanwhile, back at Zim's place, it's like, well, we won, girl. We won? Did we win? Did we win? Did we really win? Are you sure? We won, sir, right? We won. We won, boss, right? Yeah, we won. It's like, yes, Zim always wins. And Mini Moose then pulls up in what we can hear outside is a motorcycle. Mini Moose can ride a motorcycle. That's canon now. and has
Mini-Moose
keys.
Can do what he wants, thank you. He's fucking Mini-Moose.
He's
he just
Mini-Moose.
teleported the Earth at light speed.
Oh yeah.
I don't think you can question him.
Oh yeah, if Mini-Moose can teleport the Earth at light speed, then, you know, he can do what he likes. So Mini-Moose comes in, it's like, hey boss, how you doing? No thanks to you working with the enemy, Mini-Moose. Yeah. I can't stay mad at you, Mini-Moose. And Zim then calls up the Tallest saying, well, I did it guys, I got this thing, this clown thing from Dib. How did I do? Did I do good? Are you pleased? And then finally the transmission cuts in for the Tallest, and they're puppets in the Florpus, burning alive. Good. Fuck 'em! Who cares? God. That's how I felt when I first saw them just burning alive. I'm like, deserved. Because honestly, after everything they've done, they absolutely deserve to just burn away in the Florpus. Like, yep, you guys had that coming for decades. And also, make this now 4 Urkin leaders that Zim has killed from his antics.
Zim is just a murderer, but he's not, like, the right kind of murderer.
Yeah, it's accidental murder. But then the broadcast cuts out and Zim's like, you know what? A win is a win. That sounded like a yes to me. I win. And then the pug from the beginning of the movie drops down on Zim and flattens him. And then goes like, oh my god, it's you. You're home. I missed you. And just blast it back up to space.
Right back up. That poor fucking pug.
And that's the movie.
That was Invader Zim enter the Florpus.
Save for a post-credit sequence when we see the pug in space just looking so fucking fed up. It's like, I hate this. That pug can survive in space. Space buddies! Oh my god!
No.
Oh my god, it's Space Buddies! No, those movies sucked.
No.
Yeah, those movies fucking sucked.
No.
We're gonna talk about those movies. But yeah, that was Invader Zim Enter the Florpus, guys! Wow, we managed to get through the story probably the fastest we've ever gotten through a story in a review, which an hour and a half in.
Fucking forever.
Yeah. I'll be able to condense it down like even better in editing. So, story. I loved it. The story for this movie was incredible. It was just a simple case of Zim's wildest plan and the outcome of the family dynamic with the membranes, and finally seeing, like, the Tallest, you know, have their story wrapped up, because if this is the last canonical piece of info we get from Zim, Zim just killed his world leaders. They are now without their leaders and a whole armada. Like, that's their strongest asset, military force, and now they're dead. It's like, cool.
Yeah, I kind of want to see the repercussions of that.
Yeah, same. Because, like, that Florpus is still out there. Like, yeah, it's way out of Earth's reach, and it will be forever, but, like, there's still a bunch of other planets that are going to suffer through that. And also, you know, what's going to happen to Urk now that the Tallest are gone? Because they're going to have no idea that they're dead. They have no clue.
Yeah.
What will become of Urk? The Resisti, probably. That's what will become of them. They didn't really get any mention in this movie, but that's okay. This is more so about the main characters. But, well, speaking of the main characters, we'll go into the characters themselves. The Membrane family, I love their dynamics together. I think the Membrane and Dib having this father-son conflict worked really well for what could be like the final proper animated piece of Zim thing we ever get. And Gaz as well being like actually a kind of support his sister in dire moments is really good for her character as well, and shows she's a lot more than just snarky or angry or downright demonic. But she still has those moments in the movie, like of just genuine like silent threat, like when she's convinced that Div is going to do something at the keynote and just stares at him and she disappears into the darkness. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Zim is just Zim, and so is Gur. Not much on Mini-Moose because we only got him in one episode in the show, and we still, you know, we have the animatic for his premiere episode as well. I do love that. What's cool about Mini-Moose is that it's meant to be a doomsday device. I like to believe that Zim reworked it so that the ultimate doomsday device was this. Like, it was a weapon to teleport the Earth.
Yeah.
And I like to believe that this whole time it was capable of teleporting the Earth. Zim just didn't know where the on button was. I like to believe that that's canon. That would be pretty funny. It would be very in character for Zim. The Tallest as well, just completely oblivious to anything commonsensical going on around them and ultimately pay the price for it. Love it. Zim's assurance and mostly just doing the mission for himself, because he kind of went against protocol when he found out that the Tallest weren't coming to Earth. So it's like, you know what? I'm just going to bring Earth to the Tallest. You know, instead of them coming here, which is probably normal protocol, them going to check on their invaders, it's like, no, don't worry, I'll make your job easier. But you're not supposed to do that. I feel like Zim did this. This mission was for Zim. This was his victory, all by himself. He was doing this for him. Especially with the Florpus hole and not caring as well. Because, like, surely he must have known that the tallest were, like, gonna get sucked in. I mean, he didn't seem too bothered by it, but then again...
I don't think he processes... He's a lot like Beavis and Butthead. He'll do these things, but he doesn't really realize what happens afterwards.
He puts a lot of faith in the tallest as well, so he's probably convinced they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. He obviously won't mind that much. He'll be like, yeah, they may be in the Florpus, but it's the tallest. There are noble leaders. They'll be fine. They know what to do. No, they don't. They're dead.
No, they don't.
They're so dead.
Oh, done for.
Obviously, yeah, Gur being just... He has his moments of smartness, like with Peace is Nice, and getting the last of Earth to hold hands together. But he also has his just silly, goofy, random moments, and that's why we love Gur. He's just a little guy.
We love Gur.
We can always remember that one scene of him just dancing to Hey Mr. Wonderful from that one episode. Yeah, we all know that video. Yeah. For characters, that's... I mean, other than Tax Ship, which is just... puts up with the characters, and that's about it. Because it doesn't really do too much, despite... other than get characters from point A to point B, there's not really much Tax Ship, so... What did you think about the voice actors? How do we feel about them?
It's like they never aged, honestly.
None of them miss a beat.
They're, 15 years older by the point, but, like, their voices are still on point. They all sound the same, which, like, baffles my mind. Honestly.
Yeah, it's like Return to Crocodile Isle. Just all the original VAs coming back and none of them miss a beat, despite it being like over a decade since the last time they voiced these characters. It's great.
Yeah.
They really did a good job recapturing their characters. The only slight difference I noticed was Red on the first viewing. It didn't sound too different later on, probably because I had to just get used to the like slight higher pitch to try and recapture their voice. But... that, or I just remember their voice being higher when it wasn't. But still, other than that, yeah, the voice actors did a bang-up job. How do you feel about the characters as well?
Also on point.
Yeah.
It's like they never left TV, I'll be honest. Mm-hmm. They're all written perfectly, they're all still in character. There's a bit more emotion this time, which you've never seen before. I think that's kind of why it works with what they did, because, there was always conflict emotionally, especially in terms of, Dib and his family. Mm-hmm. But you never really saw that, so they kind of just had a real clean slate to add some in the movie, and I think they did really good.
Yeah, like if they were going to do it at all, now would be a good time to like make it a fully fleshed out like B-plot. And they did it fantastically. Yeah. So with that, we can go into production, which is animation, music, and art style, I guess, for this movie. Let's talk about the animation first, because you said you had some stuff to talk about with the animation. Like the change-ups sometimes with it looking like smooth Toon Boom kind of style.
Yeah, that's what it is. So it kind of like clicked with me the last time I watched it the other day before this, was that like this and Rocco, to my knowledge, were like the last big movies to do this frame by frame animation kind of thing. Because everything you see now is like, even if it can look good still, but it's all rigged. You can tell they're rigs.
Yeah.
Instead of being, drawn frame by frame. But Zim, apart from, I think, the first scene with the tallest where they're eating, because you can see their mouths are not normal Zim mouths. They're just in their head kind of thing. Yeah. It's the tallest eating, Zim turning around and say, "It's not your real father." That's also like Toon Boom Flash.
Yeah.
But a bit better. Like, that definitely threw it off a little bit.
Yeah. That scene as well in Tax Ship when the kids were singing the Flippity-Doo song. That was kind of... The lip syncing was a little off in that, I noticed.
Off. It was really weirdly smooth compared to the rest of the movie. Which the whole movie's, smooth frame by frame, but that was like tween, rigged, smooth kind of thing.
Yeah, it was like tweening, that's it. That's the term I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tweening. But other than, like, those three instances, this movie's animation is honestly incredible. I can't think of another movie to even come close, especially with what was supposed to be a TV movie budget. Because this was supposed to be a TV movie that Netflix spotted. Yeah. So with the TV movie budget, unless they had to deal with Netflix before they finished and could, add a bit more, this film visually is amazing.
Oh yeah, big time. So yeah, and I'm not saying like the tweening obviously like made me think less of the movie, because some of it looks really good. There's some like shots of like Zim's classic open mouth, like unhinged from his lower jaw when he's laughing, like when Dib is submerged in membots, and it's like heh heh heh, and he's got his like tongue out and everything. It's like the classic Zim screaming on every promo poster back in the day. And that looked good. The soothing lozenge as well. Like, the animation on that looked pretty good. I think it looked at its best when they, like, the massive surge of blue swept everything away from Membrane in, like, Town Square. That looked really nice. What else for production? And we just talked about the animation. The art style. We can go into full detail about the art style now and what we think about that. I think it was a good change. It was a wise change to make it, like, different from the comics. Like, take aspects from both. Because, again, there are jagged moments in this movie, but there are also smooth moments in this movie. So it's like a good mix of both.
Yeah.
And obviously some of that grittiness you could see in the first sequence with the anime kind of look. And then you could see some kind of the smoothness of just the Membrane household until you go into Dib's room. And it's a good way to convey like how jagged his room is in comparison to the rest of the house. It just shows how isolated and stuck in the past he kind of is. It's almost like his room is like the only one that never changed from the animation. That was I feel like that was done on purpose. Like those classic drawings as well. Obviously like redrawn to be a little more updated with the new visuals, but still the darkness and contrast with the rest of the house is just it's great. It's good for like character development, because like metaphorically and literally the animation is like so much more jagged compared to Gaz's, who is standing just outside the room. Yeah, it's great. I love moments like that. And as well with like the jaggedness of the Florpus animation, still with the new art style, it's like this uncanny middle ground that they do specifically in that scene, because everything is changing constantly. It's great. Because obviously it's in a Florpus, it's in a cosmic entity, deity or whatever. So obviously things are going to be a little mucked up in there. Yeah, it was great. And finally, the music of this movie. Oh my god, they cooked. They cooked so good with the music in this movie.
I'd go as far as to say the soundtrack is the absolute best part of this movie.
It is. Oh my god, it is. I know that they use some themes from the original show in this sometimes as well. When Gur has a plan of like rolling around in pizzas, they reuse like a kitten like mix or whatever, like a March of the Kittens or something. I forget the name. It's something like that.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But it's nice to hear some old themes come back. There are even some themes, like for the little show that Gur was watching as well, that got like a full release later, which was nice. They didn't have to do that. There were some themes that actually came from the original show, like they reorchestrated it to fit into the scene. Like when the Armada show up, before Earth gets sucked into the Florpus, you can hear some of like the classic Urkan Armada theme from the original show being implemented into the scene when they appear on screen. I'm like, oh my god, that's fire!
It was a re-rendition of the same music from the opening of the very first episode of Invader Zim.
Yeah.
That same song plays, but they just remade it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. In the beginning, that's what that track was called. Yeah. Dude, it was just so freaking sick. Like, hearing them make new themes as well. I think the theme for the Florpus, when it first shows up, is so cool. Because it's so, like...
Yes, I love how
so
extraterrestrial it is.
Yeah, because it's got that, like, those wahs in it, you know, if you know what I mean. It's like that Mario Party 9-esque kind of music when Bowser shows up or something.
Yes! Thank you. Peak game.
It's so good, man. They cooked with the soundtrack in this movie, and it was nice of them to release some of it into like the actual like YouTube page just for free. That was really nice of them.
And you get 2 renditions of the original theme song, which is great.
Yes, especially doing that for the end credits as well, because as soon as like the pug lands, you just hear that, and I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, man, let's go. Anything else about production? Oh yeah, I don't know if you know this, but we almost didn't get this movie at all, and it was just going to be like a 6-part episode, like series.
A mini-series, yeah.
Yeah, it was going to be like a mini-series of 10-minute episodes on Netflix, which I'm glad they stitched it together for a movie in the end, because I think it works a lot better as a movie.
I think so. I think if they did 22-minute episodes and had 6-episode miniseries, I think that would have been cool, because that's even more Zim content and more ways of the story. Because I'm now, we're in the era where I'm starting to think, okay, these things need to stop becoming movies and go straight to that big screen Hollywood shit. and it would work better in a series like Fallout, like
Yeah.
Resident Evil. I think there's a few shows from games that turn into movies that worked better in a miniseries kind of thing. So I sometimes I wonder, like, should there be another Zim miniseries, like a little 10-episode, 22-minute miniseries kind of thing that tells another big story? Should that be the finale? You know.
As long as Jonan is at the helm of whatever comes next, then I'm game.
Uh-huh.
Favorite things about the film next, then? I've already talked about, and obviously, again, from the 9-year anniversary of my channel, my favorite scene from this movie is when Earth gets pulled into the Florpus, and all those styles, like, change up and stuff. But beyond that, the father-son dynamic with Dib and Membrane, and the sort of, like, the progression of that through the movie, of Membrane fighting alongside his son. Even if he doesn't believe all of it is real, he's still willing to, you know, help his son out of a tight spot, you know, when he's at his worst. And Dib, as a character, actually having the balls to finally just be so fed up and express his anger with the fact that no one believes him, to even, like, snap at his father and just push his hand off his shoulder and storm off. And Membrane having a moment of maybe wanting to stop him, but not. Like, he put his hand out and then he just put it back down. Almost like he should start believing in his son more than, like, the fact, like, what he believes are the facts of the matter, and maybe consider the alternative. That's good. That's character growth. That's good. That's fun. Because obviously the show didn't have the time to do that. So that's cool. No. I like that. That's great. Zim, just seeing Zim win, or get so close to winning, and the euphoria he goes through of finally getting that victory that he felt so deserving of. Because when he had that throne, he literally says, "Time to ascend this throne and claim my rightful place as ruler of Earth," before getting slammed by the throne and pulled up. It's just cool to see him enjoy his victory, you know, because through the whole series he'd not gotten an opportunity this big before to just gloat. It just must have felt so good for him to just gloat and, you know, not have to wear a disguise anymore.
Yeah.
Obviously the music as well was a highlight. I listened to the soundtrack quite a bit. How about you as well? What were your favorite things about the movie?
Definitely soundtrack. There was a period of months and months where I just listened to the Florpus soundtrack. I think my parents were even getting sick of hearing it. That's such a hard question. Honest to God, I love everything about this movie. I don't think there's a scene that goes by that I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah.
I definitely like scenes with the tallest. I grouped red and purple together as one kind of character. Mm-hmm. They're definitely my second favorite character in the show. So any scene with them, I think, is always such a fun treat, fun time.
Yeah. And all the scenes with the Massive is just pure eye candy as well.
Yeah, it is.
This whole movie is eye candy. I love all of it.
Yeah. Favorite character from the show entirely is Membrane. You just can't beat my man.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that we got a movie that was centered around Dib and Membrane really just had me, like, I loved every bit of it.
Yeah.
I was so happy that they decided to do more with those two. And I'm glad I got to see more Membrane doing something that wasn't mixing liquids or neglecting his children.
Yeah, honestly, because they didn't really do much with him in the show at all.
No, he really didn't. Other things I liked, I thought Gur was funny. Mm-hmm. I love most of the sequence of Gur being in Dib's house.
Yeah.
Him not having any relevancy to the scenes at all. and him interrupting Zim to just go, "I smell pudding," and just kind of away from the scene. That gets me every time. I don't know why.
He skateboards in with like a cone of pudding and just slips forward.
And just falls over. He just has no. He doesn't know where he's at. I love Gur.
It's like Zim's wingman, pretty much. It's like, yes, I win. Laughter Gur.
Yeah. The title sequence is a highlight for me.
Mm-hmm.
I just think if this was all we get forever for Invader Zim, if this was the final piece of media we'll get, as sad as it sounds, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I'd be content with that too. Final thoughts and ratings. We're coming out to wrapping up this review. I still love this movie. And happy anniversary to it as well. It's... 6 years old it's going to be, I believe. Everyone who worked on this movie, just thank you, because we feel... It was lucky we got this movie. Because it was almost like... It went through production hell, from what I've seen in some behind-the-scenes stuff. So yeah, it was cool of Nickelodeon to be open enough to bring this and Rocco back as well at the same time. One more, perfect run. And I think both movies, especially this one, because obviously I was more into Zim. I mean, I enjoyed the Rocco movie. I mean, I didn't do any Rocco like checkup on my Rocco lore and stuff to enjoy it, but these are the kind of movies you can watch without having to watch the original show and still get something out of it, because they catch you up to speed. Not many movies like that do like special TV movies do that. They expect you to have watched the show prior, which is cool that them to go the extra mile and like explain stuff and still make it cohesive and, you know, smooth paced. The pacing of this movie is like, it's quick, but it's not like in a bad way. They just keep it moving. Although you do get moments to slow down. I'm not saying like, it's not Mario movie levels of like really fast pacing. All the voice actors just like, they didn't miss, not a single time. The animation was spectacular. This movie's got some new ideas and runs with them. I'm just so glad that Jonan went through with this movie in the end. And what came out was probably one of the greatest Invader Zim, you know, things I've ever seen.
Pieces of media, yeah.
Yeah, honestly. And even like recently, leading up to this review, a couple months ago, I actually got the Loungefly Invader Zim bag, like in mint condition on Vinted, which is pretty cool. And I've been taking good care of that.
I'm currently looking for every way I can to find and buy that plushie of Go screaming with an ice cream on the top of his head. If you've seen that plush, I'm sure you have.
No, I haven't seen that plush.
Oh, hold on, you're actually gonna.
Oh my god! Oh my god, that's incredible! I'm gonna put that on the screen. Guys, look at that.
This plushie has to be like the rarest thing in the world, and I need it.
Dude, that oh my god, that's incredible. He's so happy.
He is something.
He's something.
I'll find one of these days,
he's feeling something, alright. But yeah, final, just like closing thoughts on the movie and my ratings. Dude, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Like, I've got no issues with this movie at all whatsoever. And this is coming from someone who did not grow up with Invader Zim at all. I just, every time I watch... It's weird. Sometimes I always feel different about movies. Like, over time, I've not thought absolute, like, recent... Because when I reviewed the Mario movie, it was recency bias. But obviously, over time, I would notice it's not a perfect movie. It's got pacing issues and such, and it just, like, it doesn't slow down an awful lot. I don't feel recency bias for stuff like Invader Zim. It's always just, like, every time I watch it, it just keeps getting better. I just keep enjoying it more and more. Yeah, it's just one of those fun movies, just to, you know... It's better when you've gone a long time without watching it, and then you get to watch it again, and you get to feel that euphoria, and just remember how excited you were when you first watched it, and you notice new details here and there, and you, like... It's one of those movies that you can, like, picture yourself in the world. Like, you get fully immersed in it. And you really feel for the side that you want to win. You know, I was Team Zim, but I was still satisfied with the movie when Dib won. Because I'm like, you know what? Zim still got his win, and he got a bit of Earth destroyed, so, you know what? That's a W. A win is a win. Final ratings is like, yeah, 10 out of 10. Like, I have no issues with this movie.
I know I had something to say, like, constructive criticism-wise about the movie, but I genuinely just kind of forgot what it was.
Oh, man.
That bumped my rating from, like, a 10 to a 9.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what that was. I know it's there.
If you remember it, just put it in the comments of the review, I guess.
Yeah, I'll do that. But as it stands now, I'll still give my 9 out of 10 review, because I don't think I think for a Zim movie, this thing's perfect.
Yeah, for a Zim movie, yeah, for me, it's a 10, yeah.
For an Invader Zim, it's a 10 out of 10, but just in general, as a whole, it's definitely a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
If you like Zim, or if you like just shut your brain off and listen to these things scream for an hour and 11 minutes kind of guy, perfect movie for you. Perfect movie.
Yeah, honestly. It just,
my final thought is bring back Invader Zim again, please.
Oh yeah, in any way, shape, or form. I think I love it.
I love it. I'll read a novel.
Honestly, yeah, I love it so much because it had a sense of pure finality to it as well.
It left it open, but it still felt like you could end it there.
Yeah, just fantastic movie. So, I guess that's it. That's the final review, folks. That's our review.
It took us 6 years, but we got it.
Yeah, we got 6 years down the line, but
we got it.
We did it. Happy anniversary to Enter the Florpus. Happy 6th birthday. And yeah, just thank you all so much for watching. Yeah. This has been the Amazing Gamer 111 and Pick. Signing off on our Invader Zim Enter the Florpus movie review, and just movie reviews in general. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah.
This was his review of Doom, and now it's over.
Doom.
Yeah.
Go home now. Goodbye, everyone, and thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.